Hello and welcome to GirlCon Digital 2021. My name is Kyla Guru and I'm a co-founder of GirlCon Conference and current member of the GirlCon Board of Advisors. And I'm also a rising sophomore at Stanford University. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for being here. It is an honor and a privilege to host you for our 4th annual event and welcome you into our ever-growing community.
Hi everyone, my name is Molly Greeton and I'm a rising junior at the University of Illinois. I'm also a co-founder of GirlCon and a current member of the board. Back in 2018, GirlCon began as a student-run annual conference built to empower students identifying as women or non-binary to network, lead, and empower in technology. Now we continue to grow not only as a conference, but also as a movement. We host this conference annually to provide a safe space for students to raise their hand, take the mic, and own their voices as a force of nature.
Absolutely, Molly. I am so excited to be here and support that mission. Hello, everyone. My name is Ariana Goldstein, and I am a former co-director and also a current member of the board, and I will be a sophomore at the University of Southern California in the fall. Throughout the past 3 years, we have brought together over 1,150 passionate attendees and dedicated team members to make a difference in the next generation of female leaders in tech. Our first conference in 2018 was held at Northwestern University, where we welcomed 200 attendees. Our second conference in 2019 was held at Google and had 250 attendees. And last year, we were delighted to unite over 700 students. What makes GirlCon so magical is truly the people. Our community is better with you here, present, and sharing your voice with us.
We want to take a second to recognize the amazing groups and individuals that make GirlCon possible. GirlCon would not be what it is today without the incredible sponsors and companies that have supported our growth. Moreover, we would not be here today without the GirlCon core team. The core team has worked tirelessly over the past year to ideate, plan, and smoothly execute each part of this conference. Ellie, Vidya, Sneha, Prachi, Ali, Chris, and Zara, we are so proud of each and every one of you and the vision, direction, and heart that you as a team have poured into GirlCon 2021. We hope you move through this week and see your palpable fingerprints through each moment of inspiration. To the entire team, thank you for carrying this mission onward and upward. You inspire us to dream bigger every year.
As you're going through your week, we encourage you to think about GirlCon as your stepping stone in your path to whatever's next. Whether that be a newfound passion that you discover through a breakout session, a mentor who is now part of your network, or friends and connections that will last you a lifetime, we encourage you to do at least one thing outside your comfort zone. You might just find that what lies beyond uncertainty and fear is boundless growth and discovery.
Yes, join us this week to become empowered by tech and connected to other passionate young leaders. Participate in your sessions, thank the presenters and team joining, post on social media to spread our message, and most importantly, stay safe and stay inspired.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for joining us this week. We can't wait to feel your energy and watch you take the mic.
Thank you so much, Kyla, Molly, and Ariana. GirlCon would not be possible without your dedication, commitment, and vision. Hi, everyone. My name is Ellie Goldsmith, pronouns she, her, hers, and I am one of the co-directors of GirlCon 2021. I will be an incoming freshman at Northwestern University studying computer science this fall, and I am beyond thrilled to welcome you all to GirlCon 2021.
Thanks, Ellie. My name is Vidya Bardwaj, pronouns she, her, hers, and I'm the other co-director of GirlCon. And I will be a rising senior this year at Adlai E. Stevenson High School. As Ariana mentioned earlier, each year has been a huge milestone for GirlCon. From just 200 attendees around the Chicagoland area, our conference has grown this year to over 925 attendees from over 35 different countries. To us, these aren't just numbers, but a representation of the impact GirlCon is able to make on students across the globe. We are truly grateful to each and every one of you for signing up, taking time out of your summers and spending it with us.
This year, we have a record number of sessions with 4 incredible keynote speeches, 25 breakout sessions, and 13 professional development sessions. I want to give a huge thank you to all of our wonderful breakout and professional development leaders. This conference truly would not be able to function without all of you. And as a past attendee at many of your sessions, you inspire each and every one of us to reach higher and make a difference in this world. We can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us. In order to make sure this week is as inspiring and impactful as possible, we highly encourage that you keep your camera on if you are comfortable. Please note that several of the sessions will be recorded while the presenter is speaking and posted as unlisted to our YouTube channel for only GirlCon registrants to view afterwards. Additionally, please use the chat features as much as possible to introduce your name, pronouns, where you're from, but also to react with emojis to content and ask as many questions as you can think of. Not to mention, engaging more this week gives you a greater chance of receiving the ultimate swag bags.
Yep, we have so much cool swag. In fact, my entire garage is filled with t-shirts, sunglasses, bags, stickers, and more. But we only have 500 swag bags this year, so for a better chance of receiving a swag bag, participate in our social media challenges, starting today with Speak Out Sunday, and then All About Me Monday, Test It Tuesday, Word Bingo Wednesday. Check out your email for more information on how to participate in these challenges. Make sure to post about your experience at this conference and use our hashtag #TakeTheMic, and tag @GirlContact on all platforms.
We are so glad you all made it to the opening ceremony and got the calendar invite, as this is how you'll join all of your sessions. The links in your calendar for the specific sessions will lead you to your interactive Zoom session. You also received an email earlier this morning with all of the links to sessions. Thank you again for being here today, and now I will pass it off to Chris and Prachi.
Hi, my name is Chris Yoon, pronouns she, her, hers, and I'm an incoming junior at Glenbrook North High School. I'm so happy to have been a part of the core team this year, and I'd like to start by thanking all the GirlCon 2021 sponsors for all the support they have provided, not only in the past, but especially this year. Now, here's a slide of all our great sponsors.
Thanks, Chris. Hello, everyone. My name is Prachi Ganmote, pronouns she, her, and I'm a rising senior at Stevenson High School. I am so grateful to have been a part of GirlCon core team for the past 2 years and work with these amazing sponsors. Thank you to Linode, Sticker Giant, D.E. Shaw & Co., Hirschman Cohen Law, Balsamic, Disney, Capgemini Invent, and Pega. We truly appreciate all that you have done for us.
And now a huge thank you to our gold and partner sponsors: Google, ISACA Chicago Chapter, IBM, BAM, CME Group, Jane Street, CyberStart America, Girl Security, and IMC. Additionally, thank you so much to our fiscal sponsor, Bits and Bytes Cybersecurity Education. This conference would not be possible without you.
We truly can't wait to continue this partnership in the future. Now, here's a quick message from our 2021 Gold and Partner sponsors.
On behalf of Google, welcome to GirlCon 2021. We are so excited to sponsor GirlCon for the 4th year in a row. We hope you spend the next few days feeling inspired by all the ways that tech can change your future for the better. Enjoy the conference, and we can't wait to see what you do next.
On behalf of Balyasny Asset Management, we wanted to welcome you all to the 2021 GirlCon conference. BAM is a global hedge fund that was founded in 2001 and headquartered in Chicago.
At BAM, we aim to take an innovative approach to solving complex problems by leveraging top-of-the-line technology to achieve exceptional results. We believe that a culture based on partnership, diversity, creativity, and meritocracy drives unrivaled performance.
My name is Anne, and I'm a data scientist at BAM in New York. In my role, I use Python and machine learning to work on data to help with investment decision making.
I'm Arpa. I'm a quantitative associate at BAM in Chicago on the equity research team. I create risk analytics and handle performance reporting for the equity investment portfolios. We're so excited to see you here and enjoy the event.
Hello there, my name is Julia and I'm a university recruiter at IMC in Chicago. We're a leading global market maker buying and selling securities on multiple trading venues worldwide. Pioneering the combination of advanced technology and trading expertise, IMC drives on 3 decades of industry experience. The environment is challenging, fast-paced, and ever-evolving. Founded in 1989 in Amsterdam, IMC is an ambitious, innovative company built on an open, collaborative culture where great ideas thrive. Today, IMC employs more than 900 traders, technologists, and support staff across Europe, the US, and the Asia Pacific. All that being said, welcome to GirlCon. As most of you know, GirlCon is a place for great minds who want to shake up current stigmas in technology and empower the next generation of female leaders. Technology has a place in every industry, but it also has a place for every person. At IMC, we firmly stand by this belief, and we invite you to learn, gain perspective, and grow within your community, so that you can ultimately leave knowing that you can have a positive impact on the world. We want to thank you all for attending this year, and we are so excited that you have decided to be part of this journey. So buckle up and enjoy GirlCon 2021.
Hey GirlCon, my name is Sue Helen. I'm an engineer by trade, artificial intelligence geek by job. On behalf of IBM, I'd like to welcome you to GirlCon 2021. Committee's put together an outstanding lineup of sessions. IBM is proud to have 23 women presenting 12 of those sessions, from quantum to AI to web design to tech basics to professional development. Also several women doing resume reviews, mock interviews, and then an outstanding end to the session will be a keynote by Dixie Adams and Kelly Chambliss. We hope all the sessions pique your curiosity, raise a passion, and encourage you to learn more about STEM. Every industry will be impacted. Your ability to harness these technologies will take you far in your career. Stay curious, keep learning, have fun.
Hi everyone, my name is Allison Zoller and I am the Senior Director of our Global Information Security Technology Compliance team at CME Group. On behalf of CME Group, we'd like to welcome you to GirlCon 2021. CME Group is the world's leading and most diverse derivatives marketplace, empowering market participants worldwide to officially manage risk and capture opportunities. Our technology employees drive the global financial services industry, around the clock and around the world, because technology is at the core of everything we do. Simply put, it's what makes our markets tick. And we're so excited to partner with GirlCon again at this conference that gives young women the opportunity to learn more about technology and explore future professional paths. It's a very important endeavor and a cause that is important to CME Group. My CME Group colleagues and I are also very much looking forward to hosting a panel on how to get over the barrier and build your career in tech. Again, welcome to GirlCon 2021, and we hope you enjoy and take advantage of all the opportunities the next few days have to offer.
Hey everybody, it is Lauren Bean-Buetta, founder and CEO of Girl Security, which is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization forging equity and national security by advancing girls, women, and gender minorities. Welcome to GirlCon 2021. We're super psyched to be with all of you this year for a session on tech, disinformation, and national security. This is one of the most exciting events we participate in every year, and we're excited to support your learning. So let's do this. We'll see you on the Zoom.
Hello everyone, my name is Ramona Ratiu. I'm the current president of the ISACA Chicago chapter and Global She List Tech Ambassador. I'm so excited to be the voice of the Chicago chapter who's sponsoring for the 4th year in a row the phenomenal GirlCon Chicago conference. So a little bit about our ISACA Chicago chapter. It's comprised of over 2,500 individuals working in IT audit, security, and governance. Our members share a common purpose: to help improve themselves and their organization through education and knowledge sharing. Through seminars, regular meetings, certification prep courses, and networking events, our members are able to improve the quality of the services they provide to their employers, while also enhancing their knowledge in ISACA practice areas. We have several programs and initiatives supporting your generation, and one of them is called She List Tech Program. The program falls under the One in Tech Foundation and seeks to increase the representation of women in technology leadership roles and the tech workforce. we strive to advance more women leaders in the technology industry. So again, welcome everyone and enjoy the conference.
Hi GirlCon, we are Cyberstart America. We are a free program for students to master cybersecurity as a gateway into the industry while upping your digital skills and discovering any hidden cyber talents. We are so stoked to be at GirlCon 2021 this year, so make sure you check in with our talk with our wonderful hire, and we will see you there.
Hi everyone, my name is Kenzie and I am a recruiter here at Jane Street. For those of you who don't know us, we are a quantitative trading firm, liquidity provider, and market maker based out of New York City. And I just wanted to pop in here and wish everyone at GirlCon a phenomenal week ahead. I hope you come away having learned something and feeling really great about all the various paths that you're on.
Hi everyone, my name is Zaryav Khan and I'm a rising senior at Lane Technical College Prep. This has been my first year on the core team and has been the most amazing experience. Before our incredible first keynote speech from Lika, I am thrilled to share the following video to you from a few familiar faces who have a special surprise message to share.
Hi GirlCon, welcome to this year's event. My name is Dylan Conrake. I am a singer-songwriter based in LA.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 2021 GirlCon event. My name is Victoria Garrick. I am a content creator and mental health and body image advocate. Excited to help welcome you to today.
Hey GirlCon, it's Tasha.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Carson, and ever since I was a little girl, I have always been interested in wanting to become an astronaut and the idea of traveling to Mars one day.
My name is Gitanjali Rao, and I'm a young innovator and a STEM promoter.
My name is Sydney Hamilton. I'm an aerospace engineer and engineering manager.
Welcome GirlCon 2021 attendees. My name is Jacqueline, and I'm a data product manager in tech.
Hey GirlCon, Jamila Parham here, also known as the Tech Unicorn, and I'm a very passionate STEM advocate who really loves getting women and girls involved in STEM and beyond.
I am so excited to be here with this incredible group of people.
As a fellow girl in STEM, it is so amazing that all of you are attending this conference and taking steps to dive deeper into the world of science and technology that's growing more and more prevalent in our society.
Growing up in the industry, I kind of did everything blind. I was just learning as I went, and I didn't really get as much as advice as I wanted to.
I spent a lot of time trying to be like other people, whether it was pretending I was happy when I wasn't, posting a picture of something that I didn't like because I thought it was cool, photoshopping my body so that I could fit in with the other people around me.
The advice that I can give you is
learn early on how to be your biggest fan and your biggest advocate.
I really started out by just asking for any information I could get about space, whether that was going to the library and looking for books or videos or posters, anything like that.
I was fortunate to reach out to mentors starting from the age of 11 actually.
It's that at the end of the day, when I come back to being who I truly am, honoring my emotions, trusting my instincts, believing in myself, that is when I feel the best.
Ever since I was little, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, kind of landed on astrobiology, and then since then I've been building a resume and building up those skills to eventually apply to the astronaut selection process.
Follow your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you no.
Achieving your dreams isn't limited by your age. Age was never a limiting factor to bringing my ideas and solutions to the world, and it still won't be. And I want each and every one of you to know that you can do it too.
You really never know where those opportunities are going to come from, so I really want to encourage you to be vocal about your dreams and tell everyone what you want to do.
And I want to leave you with this message.
Learn everything. If you don't want to learn the piano, learn it. If you don't want to learn the guitar, just learn it.
So be flexible, but also have fun because, like I said, life's a journey and you're right at the beginning. There are enough people in the world that will tell you no.
Put yourself out there. Don't let anyone tell you no. And don't let anyone tell you that you are not capable of doing something, because you are 100% capable of doing something.
It's your journey and your future. So you call the shots. I know that was a lesson that I had to learn, was to stop telling myself no and to continue to believe in myself, even if it felt like I had a lot of people who didn't.
Really learn early on for how to advocate for yourself and be your biggest fan and believe in yourself.
I think the main advice I can give you is to just believe in yourself. No one can ever replicate you.
Just believe in yourself, love yourself, and of course, be yourself.
Just remember that if you're passionate about it, if it's something that you really want to do, you can achieve it. So really follow your dream.
And each and every one of you do have the power to change the world.
You are at the very beginning, which means it is time to explore, be curious, and ask the hard questions. Don't feel like you have to have it all figured out.
Use your 20s to get to know who you are. There's going to be a lot of distractions along the way, but just invest in yourself. You will absolutely never regret it.
Definitely soak up and absorb all the information that you can learn from other women, but don't forget that your power is putting your personal individual twist on it.
It right now is going to be the best time and most exciting time.
You're already taking steps towards your aspirations by being here today. But with your curiosity, your drive, and your determination, you'll be able to make a difference for others in the world.
I think each and every one of us is learning something new and continuing to grow, including myself.
So if you have something in your heart that you want to do, no matter who else is also doing it, go after it.
I encourage you to stick with whatever your dreams are. I think that the worst is to look back and regret on it. So even though it may sound crazy, absolutely go for it.
And if there's one thing I want to remind you of before everything starts, it's to remember that your power is that you are yourself. And you are different from everyone else here.
Looking at your own life, whether that is a parent or a friend or a teacher, it really can be anyone, but just having someone to kind of be by your side or every now and then just say, yeah, you got this, or have some sort of support can make a huge difference.
Each and every one of you has something so incredibly special and unique to offer your friends, family, community, and even this world if you let yourself.
Make sure that you're using your voice and really embracing who you are. Using your voice is like flexing a muscle. So I want to challenge you today to come up with questions, be interactive, use your voice, and don't be a wallflower.
I hope to see you guys either working in the space industry or achieving whatever your dreams may be.
Have fun at the conference and cheers.
Bye.
Okay guys, have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye. Always remember that if we're all trying to be that other girl, who's gonna be you? Thanks so much, and wishing you guys an awesome experience.
That video was so inspiring, and I wanted to thank all of these amazing women for contributing to GirlCon. My name is Allie Guerin, and I use the pronouns she, her, hers. I'm a rising senior at Deerfield High School, and I'm so thankful to have been on the core team for the past 2 years.
Hi everyone, I'm Sneha Mohan and I use the pronouns she, her, hers. I'm Senior VP of GirlCon this year and I'll be a freshman at University of Illinois studying computer science.
We are so excited to introduce you all to our first keynote speaker, Lika Guhathakurta.
For the past 2 decades, Lika has enabled the development of heliophysics as an integrated scientific discipline from which fundamental discoveries about our universe provide direct societal benefits. As the lead scientist for the Living with the Stars program for 16 years since its initiation in 2000, she made its flagship missions such as the Solar Dynamics Observatory, Van Allen probes, Solar Orbital Collaboration with the European Space Agency, Parker Solar Probe, and many other missions possible, including stereo that would revolutionize our understanding of how the sun shapes space weather in the solar system.
To accelerate innovation and scientific discovery, she created funding mechanisms to shepherd traditional domain scientists out of their comfort zones to create LWS System Science, known as the Targeted Research and Technology Program, and focused science teams that foster competition and collaborative environments that promote the cross-pollination of science ideas and technology. To nurture the next generation of leaders in heliophysics, she created the Jack Eddy Fellowship Program, which has become an important channel for the professional growth of promising researchers. Presently, she is back at NASA headquarters, where she is a program scientist and is also splitting her time as a senior advisor for new initiatives at the Heliophysics Division, GSFC. And with that, take it away, Lika.
Wow. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. I have to say that your first initial presentation certainly inspired me, and I hope I can return the favor at least a little bit. And what I want to do with the time today is I'm not going to spend it on facts, figures, and charts. They're boring. We deal with them all the time. But it is especially boring, when they are about something as cool as the universe. So, what I will do is take poetic liberty to utilize as much as possible pictures, cartoons, and poems to give this talk. And yes, STEM is important, it's vital, but let's not forget STEAM, the A in it. It's arts, it's music. So I'm going to sprinkle poetry in this talk. Talking about poetry, I would like to recite one for you. When I heard The Learned Astronomer by Walt Whitman. When I heard The Learned Astronomer, when the proofs, the figures were ranged in columns before me, when I was shown charts and diagrams to add, divide, and measure them, when I sitting heard the astronomer where he lectured with much applause in the lecture room, how soon, unaccountable, I became tired and sick, till rising and gliding away, I wandered off by myself in the mystical moist night air, and from time to time looked up in perfect silence at the stars. Well, so now this has always been the case with presenting our thoughts on something so vast, so expansive. So let's not confine ourselves to facts or figures and instead hear a story. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. And of course, every story begins with a question. Where have we come from? Where do we go when we die? Where indeed a question that humankind still ponders. Tough questions, aren't they? When I was very young in Kolkata, a city in India, I used to watch the night sky as I still do. And as I looked at the stars, I had the same questions at that tender age. So I asked my father. My father gave me the example of a circle. He said, look at a circle. Can you tell me where the beginning or the end is? So my question was answered with another question, as often happens in life. But through my formative years, I came to notice and learn a few things about life in general, which helped me understand my father's points better. It is really our biological wiring to exist, We go through a process called life. Through our lives, we keep on working. It's like we are in a mousetrap. Through our lives, we find our loved ones. Never mind the species. You can find them anywhere and everywhere. Just keep yourself open to that. Through our lives, we find also we build a home, where we live with our loved ones, our relatives, our societal friends. And then one day, disband and return to the aloof stars that made us in the first place. Pretty deep stuff, I know. I mean, what I'm showing you in this view graph is the iconic picture called the pale blue dot, photograph captured by Voyager 1 mission that has left our solar system today. This picture alone deserves a recitation of another poem, a poem by Maya Angelou, a brave and startling truth. We, these people, on a small and lonely planet, traveling through casual space, past aloof stars, across the way of indifferent suns, to a destination where all signs tell us it is possible and imperative that we learn a brave and startling truth. That is our journey. We all have to learn this. So I understood that we came from the stars, and to the stars we return. But my curiosity about our existence was really unbridled, and hundreds of questions were squeezing together into my young mind, much like the atoms of elements squeezing together in dust clouds, in nebula, thus undergoing fusion and birthing a star. How are we related to the stars? Quintessential question. A star's life is long compared to that of a human. But we can see it's long rather compared to a human, and we do compare it to human and other cycles in nature. But we can see the stages of stellar birth, aging, and death in the heavens through the process of life and death of a star. They follow a pattern kind of similar to many of the life cycles we see here on Earth. And so that brings me now to the stars and us. You know, sometimes I think we are sort of binary in our approach, in our thinking. We think in either or. We think either we are superior to nature or we are inferior to it. Well, I came to understand that we are neither. Our place in the cosmic order is not something that is separate from nature, but is an integral part of it. And a lot of issues in our life, social and otherwise, are very much a spectrum and not binary in nature. Continuing on the theme of stars and us, you know, the human body contains around 20 different elements or more, mostly made inside ancient stars. Just imagine that. The main four are oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen, all of you know. For every atom belonging to me as good as belong to you, remember? So stars hold the answer to our existence. And the only star that can help us answer these questions, the only one which is near us and gives us the opportunity to ask this question in the very first place, is our very own sun. So, if I was going to get my answer somewhere, it would be really studying the sun. My story might sound like a cliche, right? It revolves around the sun. But isn't that true of all of us? I mean, what is a birthday after all? Another revolution of a person on planet Earth around the sun? These aloof astronomical objects attracted me, and falling prey to their immense gravity, I made a career out of stars to find my answers. And they were not easy questions. And now, well, let me talk about some real star stuff, right? In 1993, I left Boulder, Colorado, where I was doing my graduate work. I joined NASA as an astrophysicist, and I've had the opportunity to work as a scientist, mission designer, instrument builder, direct and manage science programs. A wonderful thing about working at NASA is, among many others, of course, would be the privilege to see and know things about our universe, which not many others are privy to. It's just amazing. The unthinkable imagery and findings which we witness every day changes a person. From this newfound knowledge and inspiration, I understood how learning about our sun would not only help us contextualize our existence, but also help continue our existence into the future. Now you may ask, how is understanding the sun going to help our future? Well, if we don't understand, the one who birthed us might get angry one day and take its gift away in a single moment. Now, of course, I'm joking, but not completely. There's some truth to it. But the question is, how? Solar storms is the answer. Yes, like on Earth, hurricanes and snowstorms and cyclones, the sun also produces storms, except they consist of charged particles and not a lot of moisture as on Earth. A solar storm that you're seeing, a cartoon version, is a disturbance on the sun which propagates outward across the heliosphere, the sun's domain, affecting the entire solar system, including Earth and its magnetosphere, and it is the very cause of space weather. Coronal mass ejection is one such really humongous solar storm. These are billion tons of supercharged gas lifting off from the surface of the sun, as you are seeing, and hurtling in space 93 million miles toward Earth. That's the distance between sun and Earth. And when it hits Earth's magnetic field, it triggers what is called a geomagnetic storm, which can actually cripple us. And I'll tell you about that. These storms are caused by regions of intense magnetic energy, these really bright regions that you can see on the sun. You know, our planet Earth, like the sun, also has a magnetic field that actually protects us from most of the solar wind, these particles that are being emanated from these solar storms. So it's like a non-stop flood of sunlight warms our planet, allowing us to live and see. However, invisible connections are equally profound. Solar radiation essentially puffs up our atmosphere called the ionosphere, altering its structure and chemistry. Solar wind plunges into our magnetosphere, lighting up polar skies with curtains of light that we call the aurorae, and also driving currents of electricity through the soil below, causing voltage fluctuation. Solar magnetism actually deflects really far off distant cosmic rays, which are interstellar in origin, moderating the effect of the galaxy we live in on our tiny home in space. It's just amazing. And that's what you're seeing. You're just seeing the sun-earth connection in this movie, but it is a proxy for understanding the larger cosmos. It's all about connectedness. That's what I really see in my universe. But I want to take you back to our planet Earth. You know, astronauts have seen these pictures, right? So anyone who has ever seen a picture of Earth taken from deep space can be forgiven for thinking of these two words: splendid isolation, right? Surrounded by millions of miles of sort of uninterrupted black. the fragile blue globe seems profoundly alone, disconnected from anything else, kind of like that Voyager picture of the pale blue dot, so insignificant in this universe. But nothing could be further from the truth. Earth is profoundly connected to our star. The bright blue disk is just the most obvious evidence. By the way, did you know that we actually live in the outer atmosphere of our star? I mean, how cool a notion that is. But we do. The auroras that you're seeing, these are the northern and southern lights, aurora borealis, aurora australis, are the most beautiful manifestations of solar wind. When the solar wind gets past the magnetic field and travels towards the Earth, it turns into the atmosphere as the protons and electrons from the solar wind hit the particles in the Earth's atmosphere. And different kind of elements give different colors, like oxygen and nitrogen. But the solar winds are dangerous to us now more than ever. And from this video, you can already probably guess why. Uh-oh. Sorry, there was a little hiccup. And so not only the living forces, even our technology is very much dependent on the sun's whims. So, 100 years ago, technology was too primitive to be disturbed by space weather. Today, we rely on countless devices that are vulnerable to solar storm. Some of the devices you are using that I'm using. Think of all the material you use that requires an electrical current, computers, television, cell phones. So solar weather events have been occurring for millions of years, but they didn't directly affect human until recently because we were not so dependent on technology. Even voltage fluctuations become quite commonplace during these times. You have experienced everyday space weather if you've flown on a commercial airline, and especially if you're going on the polar routes where the magnetic field lines are open and particles can trickle in. For example, a 100,000-mile frequent flyer could receive easily a dose equivalent of several chest X-rays. So because of all this, our newfound understanding, a brand new branch of physics appears. I understood the importance of space weather and collaborated with fellow physicists to form an entirely new branch of physics, heliophysics. And you know what I call myself? A heliophysics. She who studies and practices heliophysics. Yeah, you can do that. We can make things up and make it stick. So what is heliophysics? Heliophysics is the study of the physical domain defined by the sun, the heliosphere, just like astrophysics is the study of the physical domain defined by stars. This physical domain includes the sun itself, the solar system, all the planets, asteroids in it, and stretches out to the start of interstellar medium. In principle, heliophysics studies everything inside the sun's domain. So through my life, from joining now from NASA Goddard to NASA headquarters in 1998, 2 solar cycles ago, that is 22 years, my entire journey has been fueled by my core love for the sun, taking me in pursuit of understanding space weather and space climate and making everyone aware of the importance of heliophysics. And what I think is today, studying heliophysics isn't just a choice anymore. It is a necessity. It is for our survival. Here is a quick example of an extreme solar storm back in 1859. This could be the very beginning of the birth of space weather, even though we hadn't invoked the term then. Earth was hit by a solar storm so powerful that it set telegraph offices on fire and sparked northern lights in the South Pacific. Historians call it the Carrington event after the English astronomer Richard Carrington, who witnessed the instigating solar flare on a projecting screen with his unaided eyes. If this would have happened today, well, I don't want to even think about it. But these are not stories of yesteryears. We still experience superstorm from time to time, and one such solar superstorm missed Earth in July 2012. And stereo spacecraft, because it wasn't in the Sun-Earth line, was able to witness it and survive and give us the data for us to understand more about these storms. There are a couple of comments here from our fellow scientists. One says, if the storm had hit Earth, we would still be picking up the pieces. Another one said, had it hit Earth, it probably would have been like the big one in 1859. The effect today on our modern technologies would have been absolutely devastating, tremendous. These events, which happen every few decades or centuries, tend to dominate our planning and research. But all's fair in love and war. Now, we are going to travel regularly to outer space now, and you are very aware of that. Our news media is full of space tourism ideas. We are truly on our way to becoming a spacefaring civilization. And do you know one of the most deadly things that can hinder our progress up there? It's radiation from solar winds. So we have to understand and predict space weather right now. Again, it's a necessity. It's not a choice. And thanks to lots of NASA missions like SOHO, the twin stereo probes, the Solar Dynamics Observatory, no significant eruption escapes detection, not even when it occurs on the far side of the sun. Now, this is sort of one of my proudest achievements, living with a star. What a beautiful name for a NASA science program, a project unlike anything before. It was started to help astro and space physicists understand really space weather better. And I was the lead program scientist for this pioneering project, which emphasized the importance of studying the influence of sun on our life and society. And society is wherever humankind goes. If you go to Mars, we go to Moon, that's our extended society. Solar Dynamics Observatory, launched in 2010, was the first and the centerpiece mission of this program, observing the sun with a clarity that had never been achieved before. And this is again a mock-up of the observatory. SDO has opened up our eyes to new signs and the connection between the sun and Earth. It is helping us understand our sun and by proxy also the distant corners of the universe. Remember, this is the star we can study in great detail. It was termed the Hubble for the sun. And as if recognizing all this, after one solar cycle, 11 years, SDO Forever stamps were issued by United States Postal Service on 18th of June, which depicts 10 beautiful images from the SDO mission. And, I cannot imagine a better platform really to advertise a mission, to let you know about signs of the sun than Forever stamps, both for everyone in this country and globally. So I'd say you should go get your own book of stamps when you can. Not today, US Post Office is closed, but you can order online. And of course, amongst many of my children's spacecraft, there's one that is closest to my heart, and that is the Parker Solar Probe, launched in 2018. This is the first mission that is actually going to go to the sun within 10 solar radii of the sun. It is the fastest spacecraft we have made. It is actually going to change our knowledge of the sun when the mission is complete. So it has only spent its first 3 years. Pretty incredible. Well, new science needs new scientists. Want to join us? So started, funded by NASA and managed by UCOR. The first Heliophysics summer school was started in 2007, where, we trained 35 young scientists with 23 experts in topics ranging from, practical techniques in supercomputing modeling to the fundamental physics of magnetic explosion. And the summer school still goes on. Hundreds of students from dozens of countries have attended the summer school, and we have created 5 textbooks. And graduates with extraordinary promise really compete for and receive the Jack Eddy Fellowship, named after a pioneering researcher in solar physics who shaped thinking about the sun-earth connection in the 20th century, with the goal that these researchers will do the same in future. So stereo Van Allen probes, SDO, and the Parker Solar Probe were a few of major spacecrafts which helped in getting to know our sun and sun-earth system better. The relationship between the sun and earth was not very clear before this. And in our pursuit of knowledge, we have now uncovered a much better understanding of space weather and its effects on earth. Now I feel I know and understand our sun far better than I did at the beginning, and can attempt to predict its whims and fancies. We are far from being fully accurate. Well, and now to the eternal questions as I come close to the end of my talk. I'd like to kind of share these thoughts with you. We are transient beings, all of us. Since the universe resides within us, it is transient as well. Almost all of the cells in our body die within weeks to years and are replaced by new generations constantly. The human body and the universe in general is like the ocean and the beach. The cycles of continual ocean waves hitting the shore and drawing away symbolize the decay and renewal as seen throughout the world around us, in the biosphere, in the evolution of continents, and in the lives of stars. This hierarchy of cycle makes the question, how old are you, unanswerable. What are we really? Are we even the same from a minute ago? Much in your body is already replaced, recycled, and in flux over our lifetime. Billions of cells die each day, and roughly the same number are created in cycles that continue throughout life. On a regular basis, stardust from the cosmos passes through us, forming successive generations of stars and planets in the same way as it does cells in our bodies, molding and remolding us over and over. Where do we come from? And where are we headed? Indeed, my questions from the very beginning. Through life, death, hope, and happiness, we try to divide ourselves far too much, not realizing that we are inside, all of us, living stars. You are all living stars, and never forget that. Each one of you have the star power in you. Use it, as has been said. And as would be fitting to go the full circle in this COVID world, I would like to end my talk with another poem called Antidotes to Fear of Death. Sometimes, as an antidote to fear of death, I eat the stars. Those nights lying on my back, I suck them from the quenching dark, till they are all inside me, pepper hot and sharp. Sometimes, instead, I store myself into a universe still young, still warm as blood. No outer space, just space. The light of all the not yet stars drifting like a bright mist. And all of us and everything already there, but unconstrained by form. I thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Lika, for all of your words of inspiration and for giving that amazing speech with the poems and everything. It was truly, really inspirational. And I know we've been getting so many different comments in the chat with a lot of questions for you. So we're going to get started off with the Q&A portion of today's keynote. So to start off, what has been the most fulfilling part of your career?
I thought that doing my own research would be the most fulfilling part. In return, what I found is that actually enabling science to happen for whoever, managing, even bureaucracy, creating something new became a lot more fulfilling than my individual pursuit. And so that's why I'm still at NASA headquarters as a bureaucrat, but still pursuing new ways of doing science and asking the old questions and figuring out how to answer them. And where I have landed right now is the amazing tools and techniques that artificial intelligence has to offer.
Yeah, thank you. That was awesome. We've gotten a few questions in the chat about what inspired you to pursue this field or kind of drew you towards STEM, if that was like a person or just something that you learned.
No, but nobody in my family ever said that you can't do anything. So really, we are all naturally curious, natural scientists, I think. And if that curiosity is not hindered, we take ourselves almost like the river flows. And I was just fascinated by stars from very early on and continued on. Now, I could have been a doctor. I could have been something else when you pursue STEM field, but astrophysics, cosmology, it stored something very deep inside me, almost spiritual. But I was young. But even then, you feel it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So we also have a couple questions about your career path and maybe some drawbacks or things that you would do differently. So what would you say was your biggest regret or career mistake that you had going down this path? And what advice would you give to others to change that?
I think some of the things have already been said before, so don't take no for an answer. Sometimes you want to start something new, and there'll be many people telling you, oh, you can't do this. This has never been done before. You are not going to succeed. And sometimes we succumb to that. But because I have lived now a long life, I know in situations where I didn't follow those guidance and continued on my path, yeah, it's a struggle, but I succeeded. So this is follow your heart. Have common sense about you. Be kind. I mean, just have basic core human values. Let that guide you. Let that be your guidepost. Listen to people, analyze, absorb, but don't let that dictate your passion and where you want to go. Well, no one else knows that better than you.
Yeah, thank you. I think we have time for one more question. And I think a lot of people asked about how science is a very male-dominated field, and if you've experienced any gender discrimination or discrimination of any kind, and how you were able to overcome it, being one of most likely few women in that field.
It's a very good question, and it's becoming at least more visible today. in my days, nobody even asked the question. Very often in groups and meeting, I never felt I was a woman. It's really sort of a non-gender denomination is what I felt. We were there as scientists, as researchers, and we worked on our problems together and never talked about gender. So I've been mostly pretty fortunate in that regard. It always doesn't happen that way. I think we have to be mindful, deliberate, and cognizant about it when we see that it is not happening in that regard. The tool set that I would ask you to use is that on the other side, don't be oversensitive. Don't look for gender discrimination because, if you're looking for something, chances are you're going to see something and you are going to feel dejected and upset. So not paying attention to a lot of trivial things that go on around us would only help you. Take the higher road.
Thank you so much, Lika. That's really important advice. And I know a lot of our attendees and everyone who's watching has definitely been able to face that in the field too. So thank you so much for sharing that piece of advice and also for your amazing talk. I know personally, I didn't know a lot about heliophysics or philosophy or anything like that before, but I feel like I've learned so much. And I know just based on the comments in the chat that our attendees have too. So again, we truly appreciate your insight and for taking the time to speak with us today.
And with that, we officially kickstarted GirlCon 2021. So to all of our amazing attendees, thank you so much for joining this keynote speech. We hope you learned something, and please fill out the feedback form that will be dropped in the chat by a GirlCon team member to earn points towards winning an official GirlCon bag. For more information about the point system and swag, check out the email sent in the morning regarding digital engagement.
Additionally, we'll be dropping a link for a Google Doc which contains all of our GirlCon YouTube and Zoom links for the entirety of the conference. Please don't share this doc with anyone who hasn't registered for GirlCon. Also remember that we will be sending session recordings for all sessions, whether or not you registered after the conference, so don't worry about missing out any of the ones you might be interested in.
Thank you all once again for joining us to kick off GirlCon 2021, and we can't wait to see you over the next 4 days. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.